Hey guys, it's Cauliflower, and today I am doing a very important tag video with my good friend Liz Cleland, who owns a blog called Western New Yorker. I have talked about her many times here on my channel. And her and I came up with this tag just out of having a conversation together one day, and I thought it was a really good idea that we both do this on our channels, and I think it's a great idea for anybody who wants to do a challenge like this. It is a cyberbullying tag. We did come up with 10 different questions. And just as a disclaimer, because I know some of you out there might have issues with this type of content in a video, if you do not feel that this is something that you would like to listen to or to hear about, then you can click out right now. But I do find that challenges, actually it's not a challenge, it's a tags like this are very important because a lot of the things can be very eye-opening, and some of us that are dealing with it currently or have dealt with it, let's get into the 10 questions we both came up with. And the first one being, have you ever been cyberbullied? And that question will be answered with a resounding yes, I have been cyberbullied. My channel has been here for 5 years. You guys have known that I have started as a coupon sampling channel. Then I went into the beauty community and somehow found myself in the drama community as well. So in the interrelation of all of these communities, I did have some cyberbullying, especially this past year. And I will get more into it detailed wise as we go into the tag. Number 2, the question is, how did it make me feel? I have felt a million different things. I have felt anger, I felt hurt, I have felt insulted, I have felt frustrated. So it's a bunch of different emotions when you do see what people are saying that is not exactly very nice. Number 3, the question is, how did you resolve the situation? That's a very open-ended question because I don't know if the situations are ever resolved, but if you mean how did I overcome the situation, well, there are different things that I have done. I mean, obviously, what I always seem to do is I always talk about it. I always want to vent things out and get things out in the open. And I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong or indifferent. It's just the way that I do things. I have been known to make videos about it. I have been known to just have conversations with other YouTubers about it or good friends about it. Resolving the situation is either I've chosen to not let it get to me as bad as it did. Like, my first general reaction is always, the natural reaction. But after a while, I kind of let things roll off of me, not really give into it as much, and try to just not really think about all the negativity all the time and try to just vent it out and leave it alone. Okay. Number 4, how would you feel if it were your child being cyberbullied? Well, it's amazing that that was asked because I did have a situation, well, she did have a situation years ago. She was about 8 or 9 years old, where she had a video and there was not a very nice comment made to her, and it was calling her stupid or what have you, and she brought it to my attention. And just as I answered in the previous question, I felt that it was important that I sit her down and that we actually talk to people out there and tell them that this does happen. And the more awareness you bring to a topic, the more things that you allow people to know when it's going on, the better it is going to be for you. I think that if you expose the situation, if you explain the situation, that it not only not makes you feel alone and makes you feel like a hybrid, but it actually makes you feel like you have support in the community. You have people that will come out to defend you. You have people that will come out and say that they're going through the same things. Or you'll have people that will come out and probably negate you. But at least it is out there. You're talking about it. And we did make a couple of videos, and she actually did a little reenactment. If you haven't seen that video, I will put it up here somewhere. She did a little reenactment with her little pet shops, which I thought was kind of ingenious about it and how it made her feel. And I think it's important for children to do something that creative to help them deal with what it feels like to be bullied on social media, because it is a very it's a very, 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 very intricate thing, because you don't know where it's coming from. You don't know if it's somebody you know. You don't know if it's somebody you don't know, and that's even worse. So for children, I think it's very important for them to find an outlet to be able to talk about it to their parents. I think it's important for them to be able to just not dwell in it, not keep it to themselves, and always motivate them to talk about it, to get it out in the open, even to face it if they have to face their bully, if they know who they are. I think it's great to have a support system and just to keep things out there. Don't keep yourself locked up into it. How it makes me feel, of course, as a parent, it outrages me, because I love my daughter, and my daughter, nor does any daughter, son, deserve anything like that on and off social media. But I do think it's an important thing that a parent deals with their child, and that's pretty much my answer. Okay. Sorry, guys. The next question is, what advice would I give to them? What advice that I gave my own daughter is, of course, I didn't want her to keep it to herself. I told her to not take it personally. I told her that, some people are mean. And the best thing to do is, like I explained in the last question, is to expose the issue, expose the bully for what they are. Don't keep it quiet. Always tell an authority, tell a teacher, tell a principal, tell somebody that, you're friends with. Just don't keep it to yourself. Okay. Number 6. Sorry, guys, I have to take a drink. Did you ever take yourself off social media, and what effects did it have? That's very interesting, because yes, I did. This year, actually, for a very brief moment of time, I did take myself off social media, not completely off everything. I did make a video that was pretty much like my last goodbye, something like that, where I did explain that I was going through something that had happened as a result of me being on social media, me being involved with certain things. And as a result of that, I was being harassed, and there were fake accounts popping up, and they were just trolling me. And I felt, for the sake of protecting my daughter, because that's mainly what I was more concerned about, I did stop making personal videos. I did take myself off of Twitter. I did take myself off of Facebook, just for a little period of time, to kind of work it out, because I felt that it just got way too much and over my head. And it also scared me. I'm not going to lie. It did scare me for a while, because what ended up happening is there was somebody who pretended to be a friend of mine at the time, who got into my Facebook account, who copied pictures, personal pictures, and they made a video with just, even talking about it pisses me off, but I'm going to talk about it. What they did is they made a video with God Bless America playing in the background, and they had a bunch of my daughter's pictures and other pictures of my family, myself, and it was like a taunting video saying, "Mommy, come out and play. Mommy, why did you..." It was horrible. And even thinking about it now makes me feel angry and very upset. But what I decided to do, because I did have a very strong reaction to it, and publicly I had the strong reaction to it, I decided that I needed to protect my family, and I did take myself off of YouTube for a while, and I took myself off of Twitter, and I took myself off of Facebook. And what it really did, probably in that instance, is gave, whoever was doing this, the high five that they got to me. So good for you. You got to me, but not for very long, because I did come back and I did talk about it, and I did try to expose it as much as I possibly could, but I never really did it on my channel. I mean, I did talk about it in Hangouts and things like that, but I never talked about it in a video on my channel about it. And it stops you, because you don't know why people are doing this. You don't know why you're targeted. You don't know why they want to hurt you that way. But when you really think about it after a while, it's just the weakest link to get to you. And they knew that my child was the weakest link in my heart, of course, to get to me. So they used that against me. And that actually makes them look worse than what they actually tried to do, because just the intent was worse enough. But, when you're on social media, you're not going to get everybody on your side. You're not going to get everybody who likes you. You're going to get so many people out there. They're going to cut you up for whatever reason. They don't like what you say. They don't like what you do. They don't like who you represent, what you represent. And in the end, you can't please everybody. And you basically are just better off dealing with situations head on, not circling them, not, running from them. And I have to state that to myself, because I think that taking yourself off of social media is kind of, in my eyes, as far as my specific situation, was kind of like me running away from the problem. I think sometimes taking yourself off social media, as good as it is to kind of give yourself a break, it also is kind of giving them the upper hand in the situation. And that is why I didn't continue to stay off of YouTube. I actually just did my normal videos, but I didn't do any personal videos. I felt that if I did, that I would still be exposing and giving them more, just more to work from. And I didn't want to do that. So in a way, it's a good thing, and in a way, it's not. But it's kind of a twofold, depending on the situation. That is my answer. The next question is, has your child seen cyberbullying inside or outside of school? In the best way we see fit. But yes, she has come to me about bullying inside and outside of school, of course, because there have been instances where she has felt that she was, and she may not realize it from the way she's describing it to me, but when I pretty much kind of explained to her that that's sort of like an aspect of bullying, then she understands it, and we just go from there with dealing with it. Okay, number 8. Have you ever been a cyberbully? Now, there's a very interesting question. I don't know if anybody would answer honestly, but I'm going to pull the camera a little bit closer to me. I am going to say, have I ever been a cyberbully? No, but have I ever been somebody who will retaliate or react or what have you? Yes, I am somebody that has done that. Have I gone on Guru Gossip and tried to defend myself? Absolutely. Have I tried in an instance this year to kind of turn the tables and troll other people in a way that I've been trolled? Yeah, I did. I felt that there was an individual that was doing something to me. They were saying really horrible things about me through Periscope and that kind of a thing. And after a while, it was just getting so irritating and so upsetting that I actually turned around and said, well, you know what? If anybody should troll anybody, I'll troll myself. And as stupid as that sounds, you know, I made up a stupid fake Twitter account, and I did actually pick this one person, and I did like make a picture about them. And you know what? Again, when you do anything like that online, of course it's going to come back and haunt you. Of course, if I say this now, I guarantee people are going to get angry and tell me, wow, you're no better than your predecessors. But the thing about dealing with anything that has to do with your personal self, anything that has to do with it, whether it is personal, you know, in real life or on the internet, you're always trying to find a way to defend yourself. You're always trying to find a way to not make it as bad as it really is. And sometimes I would do that with humor, or sometimes I would do that as, hey, I'm going to stand up for myself. And maybe it's not the best way to go about it. It's never good to do the eye for the eye thing or tit for tat thing. It's never good to do that. But unfortunately, we're human, and we always find a way to, well, you poked me, so I'm going to poke you back. I'm not advocating for that. I am not condoning that. I am saying that that's not the way to go. That sometimes in a weakened state, in a weakened place of mind, you will find ways to try to get back, and it's just not a good way to go. So have I ever been to that capacity? No, I would never do something like that. But have I ever tried to, like, you know, shake somebody up or try to get back or defend? Yeah, I have, and it's not the way to go. So that's basically what I'm saying. Okay. The next question is, this was one of mine. How did you respond or handle the accusation of being a cyberbully? Well, that's interesting, because I have been accused of sort of, I guess you can call it cyberbullying, because the Guru Gossip situation, people still to this day will try to corner me and say that I told people to kill themselves. And again, when you're trying to prove yourself on social media, it's very, very difficult, because people either take your word for it or they don't. But these days, as the kids like to say, show me the receipts, because It's never happened. There has been no physical proof, and there has been no, there's been nobody that has come out and said it outside of the people that use this website that were continuously bullying my friend, continuously making horrible accusations and comments and saying really nasty things about myself because I am involved with this person as being her friend. That basically, that her and I were telling people to go off themselves, which that's never happened, that never will happen. I don't care how bad a situation has gotten. I would never publicly state to anybody that they should go kill themselves. Actually, I'll tell them the opposite, that they should go get themselves help, because obviously they need it. So the way I responded to it wasn't a very good way, at first. The guru gossip thing, try to defend myself, the usual. And, I got banned off the website for what have you, for a couple months or whatever. And that really didn't matter to me because I could care less about that website. And the way I react about it now is I pretty much ignore it or I discuss it. I'm not afraid to discuss something that I'm accused of, whether I'm right, wrong, or indifferent. So that's it. That's it. All right. Next question. I think this is the final one. How can you prevent cyberbullying in the future? This is a very touchy one. Preventing cyberbullying. Well, here it is. I don't know if there is actually a technique to prevent cyberbullying. I think the best thing that you can do is surround yourself with really positive people in your life. I think the best thing you can do is always try to carry yourself as positively as you can. But not everybody is going to be constantly happy all the time. Not everybody is going to be constantly positive all the time. We are all human. And I think the discrepancy in a lot of what people see and a lot of what people will judge you for is based upon what you've done in the past or what you've been known to do. And I think that's kind of putting a person in the corner. I think people have to understand that not only that people that decide to do this are sharing their lives with you, but they don't owe you their privacy. They don't owe you every aspect of their life. And they certainly don't owe you to be 100% perfect or on their game all the time. That's why we do this. Some of us do this as a means of either coping, either communicating with others that we never would have. We do this because we enjoy sharing information or we enjoy the community. And people have to stop with their expectations. And I think they have to stop being so critical of everything they see. I think everybody kind of needs to join in and take back what they're looking for. If you're looking for positivity, then you need to support it in a positive way. If you're looking for a person to be motivated, then you have to help them be motivated. You have to give them a platform to make things better and stop supporting the ones that don't. And I think as far as that's cyberbullying is concerned, then stop supporting negative behavior. Stop supporting people who consistently do nothing but talk about other people and try to hurt other people or try to defame people's characters or make a business out of it by making YouTube channels through it. Drama channels are a great example of this. We have become such a community now that we are just saturated with it. Whether you're in the beauty community, whether you're in any kind of community, we are saturated with drama. And there's a difference between drama reaction channels and drama channels. My best friend made a great comment to me today. She said, if you have an opinion, you're a drama channel. If you react to that, you're a cyberbullying channel. And it couldn't be any more the actual thought process of people these days. You can't have an opinion because right away you're a drama channel. That's not what that means. Drama channels are people that talk about people who have arguments, fights, public things that go on. It's like a TMZ of YouTube. I'm not saying that there is anything really wrong with that, but at the same time, if you're going to condone these types of channels, this is what you're going to get. And they're going to keep making the same kind of content. But if you're going to turn it around and say, listen, you know what? I like this person, but I wish they wouldn't do this type of a thing all the time, that's fine. You can choose to support them for what you support them for and leave the rest alone. And that goes for my channel. A lot of you don't agree with the things that I've been involved in, and I don't agree with a lot of the things I've been involved in, but it doesn't mean that my personality has changed or that I'm not the same kind of person. It just means that I've had a rough year or that I've gone through some things, and unfortunately, a lot of people don't understand that. For me, I have to experience everything in my life, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, because for me, those experiences are how I learn and how I am able to do things that I do on my own channel. Anything that I feel is important enough to put out there as a message, whether it's negative or positive, is my decision. And that's always predicating on whatever I've dealt with, whether it's death, whether it's sickness, whether it's being bullied and harassed, whether it's, whatever it is. It is something that people live through. And as long as we're here, we have the power to express all these things to future people. So is there a way to do away with cyberbullying? I wish there was, but we as content creators, we as people who go through these things have that responsibility to say, look, we have gone through this. This is what you can do, and this is what you shouldn't do. And people will take advice or they won't take advice. I think it's very important to keep talking about it. I think it's very important to keep exposing people that have negative aspects of themselves to do something about that negative aspect of yourself. I've had to do it. I've had to pull myself away from things. I've had to go through therapy. I've had to realize and wake up to my own self. Is it a difficult thing to do? Absolutely, but it's necessary. And in order to keep some harmony and keep us all as a community going, where we're all trying to uplift each other instead of trying to destroy each other, then we all have to keep talking to each other. And we all have to keep being honest and stop the bullshit. And that's all the best advice I can possibly give. So I know I've dragged on and on about this, but I am so glad that my best friend and I came up with this tag. And if you would like to do this tag, please do so. And please let us know in the comments. I will share her video as well, because it's really important that you get more aspects of this whole tag. And the questions will also be below. I hope you guys got something out of this. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye.